You're watching Drake Queen Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys and gals, Neri here from Drake Queen Gaming, and 70 Mount toward the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you on the Let's Play episode of Roads Yet Traveled. Alright y'all, we're going to save the Patreon stuff for the end of the video, so let's go ahead and jump right back in. Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. Alright. The total lack of weather up here certainly is in contrast for better or worse, but daily rain? Huh. Anyways, where were we? 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, yes. The sixth planet in our system is Novale, which just happens to be where we are located. Located? Are we orbiting a planet? Correct. I'd love for you to see it sometime. The view from up here is truly otherworldly. I guess I never thought about that. It makes more sense than the station just floating somewhere in space. Yes, we are in geostationary orbit around Novale, so as to not accidentally get too close to its rings. Rings? This planet has rings? Correct. You do know what those are, right? I believe you drew some for us earlier. Oh, yeah, I do. It's just kind of surprising to hear that. Is it? May I ask why? Well, I realize I don't really have a good answer for that. All things considered, orbiting a planet with rings seems like maybe the most normal thing going on around here. It's shocking, sure, but I guess compared to giant spaceships, talking dogs, and a hologram presentation, at least planets back home had rings too. I just shrug and Doc accepts that's the best he's gonna get right now. Uh-huh. Well, Novale is a gas giant, so there isn't too much to do down there, except be torn apart by its gravity. Yeah, I think I did know that part. And wait, is that us? What do you mean? That illustration. Is that the station? Looking back at his own presentation, he notices what I'm talking about. Oh, yes, that's us. Say hello to Icoroid Station. It's a lot longer than I thought it would be. Maybe taller? It's kind of hard to tell which way is down. But wow, it's real. Finally, there's some proof I may actually be in space. I hope I can see it for real one day. I'm sure the station looks even nicer from the outside. Wow, that's impressive, but, sorry to cut you off. Is there more? Don't worry about that, Rias, and yes. The last and final planet in our system is Reclaim, which is also the largest planet in our system. I'm sad to report that beyond being the largest planet in Alraid, it's fairly uninteresting. Just another gas giant. I mean, we have 2 gas giants back home as well. Wait, maybe we have 4. Anyways, yeah, they were the big ones I drew as well. I had my suspicions, but I did want to hear it from you first. That's about all I had prepared. Sorry it was so short. Would you like to ask any questions? I could just as easily give you an entire lecture on any of these planets, but we might not have time for that. Huh. At least not right now. I was hoping you could explain your system sometime. I am very curious what you could tell me about it. I could try, but I'm not sure how much I can remember about it. But I was curious if you could tell me more about EAO. Well, I just wanted to give you a quick explanation of every planet, and not bore you with the details. Ugh, nerves are a little bad right now. Okay. I didn't mean it like that, but maybe you could tell me more about it. Like, I don't know, how many oceans are there? Like, how many continents? What did I... Oh, geography stuff, right. Large bodies of water? And, like, big areas where people live. Oh, oceans, I understand. And what was that second one? Cities? No, Well, it's fine, I'll figure out how to describe it some other time, but just tell me about it. Anything really, I'm just curious. Pausing to think for a moment, Doc checks a few things on his monitor before turning back to me, still with a puzzled expression plastered on his muzzle. Sorry, Rias, I'm just trying to think of anything that you might enjoy hearing about. I'm sure it will all be fascinating for you, as learning about your planet has been. I was just trying to think if there was anything especially interesting. He's right that it will certainly all be interesting, but it's very sweet that he thinks he needs to pick out something that will wow me in some way. He could also just be censoring out things he doesn't want me to know. But I'm gonna choose to believe he isn't doing that right now. Wait, does that does remind me of something. Hey, Doc, before we go forward, can I ask you about something? Oh, sure, Rias. What is it? When I showed you my system, well, my drawing, you hid it from Tyr, didn't you? I don't particularly remember that. Marrow, please. I'm just curious why. Huh. You're right. I'm sorry. I simply did not wish to cause him any more stress. Learning you are from another system was a shock for sure. And as he was, and still is, unfortunately, busy with his own work, I felt it would be a good idea to tell him another time that we had evidence you were not from Malrain. He knows now, of course. I'm sorry, Rias. I can understand that it may have been confusing. It seems like a fine reason, but Doc has told smaller and stranger lies before. Guess I'll take his word for it, though. I see no reason he would have to lie about something like that. It doesn't concern me if he wants to withhold information from Tyr just to make his day a bit less stressful. But hasn't he done that with me? I might need to be careful he doesn't omit anything else. Alright, Marrow. It's fine. I didn't mean to sound accusatory. Thank you for understanding. He's been working extremely hard, for himself and for you. And anything I can do to make that easier for him, I will try. We've gotten a bit off track though, haven't we? Where were we? We were talking about nature, Doc. What EAO is like. Oh, right. Well, I don't know too much about your species yet. I can only hope that you'd appreciate some of the nature available on the planet. Some of, the nature? Yes. Right. Well, yeah, I mean, I'd be happy to see that for sure. I'm just excited for anything you'd want to show me, Doc. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed that, Rias. I'll see if I can think of something to show you tomorrow as well. But as for today, I think we should get back to it. There isn't much more to get done, though, don't worry. Are we just, not gonna talk about EAO at all? It's understandable if he wants to prepare something to show me, but nothing? I wonder if he's hiding something. Second now. No. Get. There we go. Okay. Wonder if he's hiding something. He seems to have a bad habit of doing that. Alright. I guess I'm not really here to learn. I'm here to get a checkup. With a nod, we continue with the exams. Oh, nice. He was right, though. They aren't as bad as we breeze through some simple exams like an eye test and a hearing test. He also conducts a smell test, but I think I did pretty poorly on it. I guess that does answer if they have better sensory glands than us. The doc takes his time, taking notes as the marks pass by. Neither of us stopping to converse more than to go over each exam and ask how I feel, which is kind of him. But it does start to get a bit much when he's even worried about swabbing down my arm with disinfectant. Eventually, however, he seems content with the work that has been done today and spends some time writing up a report for Tyr and, I presume, the captain. And watching him work is strange. He's nothing like Merrick in how he moves. While Merrick may be a fast worker, or at least have the capacity to feign being fast, Doc moves at a glacial pace. Sometimes he even types with one finger at a time, constantly checking back and forth between the keyboard and what he had written. I'd almost offer to help him, but I think that might just slow him down further, if that were even possible. With that said, there is a certain comfort to it. He is very deliberate in his actions, and almost no effort is wasted. Besides, when he mistypes something, seems like kind of a waste, though, having to type all that up yourself and format it, especially with learning AIs and all that. Wait. Hey, Marrow? He responds without turning away from his monitor. I know you have, learning AI and some pretty damn advanced computers, but do you have other kinds of AI? I really hope AI has been translated correctly, otherwise he might not understand me. What do you mean, Rias? Well, I was just curious if there were other more advanced AIs and learning AIs you guys were using to understand me. Oh, of course. The station is host to a few. Why? Wait, a few? So I can talk to one? Are they sentient? Are they what? I'm not sure what you were expecting, Rias, but most AI are just used to run computations. Oh, so I can't talk to any? Talk to... No, sorry. There have been amazing strides in the field of artificial intelligence in recent cycles, but I do not believe that there are any that impressive. And I would know. Well, Tyr would know at least. Think of them more as very advanced monitors. Ah, well, worth a shot. 1 second, y'all. Water time. Alrighty, y'all, let's jump back into it. Alright. It makes sense they'd use them for running complicated equations and such, though. With all the talk of research around here, I can't imagine that much would get done without some impressive computers. Or monitors. Still, it's impressive. But I am a bit disappointed nonetheless. As Doc wraps up his notes, I notice that he seems to be getting distracted quite a bit. Most of the time, he usually ends up just looking at me for a bit before my own gaze turns his way. It's a bit endearing, if not a bit silly. He's a massive crane, and I'm... me. What is there to be intimidated by? Rias? Yeah, Marrow? I know it needs not to be said, but I still think it's worth repeating. Thank you for this opportunity. What are you talking about? Having the privilege of studying and examine you. It's truly everything I could have hoped for. I know you may not feel as though you have a say in all this, or that this may be tiring, but you have been so helpful. So, thank you. Really? I suppose from his perspective this must be also new and fascinating. I can't see it, but maybe it's there. That wonder of discovery he must be feeling. Oh, well, I'm glad to help. Let me know if you need anything. I'm just gonna sit here, on this stool. Rias, please, can you let me know if you need anything, okay? Okay? Actually, I think I might. Yes? I have asked before, but it's kind of becoming an issue now. I really need new clothes. And not just another shirt, like whole outfits. Or need to be able to wash my clothes at least. I don't think that's what he was expecting me to ask for. Not that I can tell, but his expression of mild worry and confusion does tell me that he may have been ignoring my pleas. Or at least thought he did enough with just one new shirt and some underwear. Oh, well, getting your clothes to be washed shouldn't be too hard. I'll make sure your guardian knows to include your laundry with theirs. And perhaps I can make sure it gets done more often. As for new clothes, I already sent out a work order, but I'm unsure when anything will come up. I'm sorry, Reese, there's so much to take care of that I had to put that issue off for now. Has it been an issue? No. Well, yes, but it's not horrible. I just don't like feeling dirty. Right, of course. And you shouldn't. You shouldn't be dirty, that is. Let me... Turning back to his monitor, he scrolls through some pages and documents, before as quickly as he can, typing out a message and turning back to me. There! I changed it from a lower priority issue to a higher one. Now, hopefully some new clothes will turn up soon. Or at least some in your size. Thank you, Marrow. I didn't expect him to get so worried about it. I might have underestimated how much he worries about. Everything, actually. At least he cares. Well, he seems to care anyway. After that, time seems to slip away from us as the blue-green light turns to a haze in the dimly lit lab. What little work left for the day gets done or postponed. I helped Doc clean up what little mess there was, much to his protest, and we share a small and fairly early dinner. One of his assistants brought it by, and just barely peeking their head inside to catch a glimpse at me. I wave. They run. Figures. Doc doesn't seem to have noticed as he just brings me the tray. Even less food this time, just soup and a salad. Why does it feel cold all of a sudden? Nothing's changed, and yet I've suddenly got goosebumps crawling up my arms. Fortunately, Doc is busy and I can hide it. I'm not sure how I would explain that to him, as what I can only assume as dusk turns to night, Doc suggests finishing up, an idea I agree with all too well. Packing up what little I brought, we prepare to leave for the day. Well, how do you feel, Rias? Your first full day out of that cell. Oh, yeah, I guess it was. Are you not happy? Are you okay? Huh? Oh, He's right, of course. That was it. A full day without being behind glass. A day free of prying eyes, kind of. But, was it? I was still just in one room. I felt eyes burn into the back of my head. Hell, Doc's assistants can't even come and see me and... No. Away. Not today. I have to keep it together. It was fine. Nothing happened. And that's good. Well, it's okay. An improvement if nothing else. Yeah. Sorry, it just went by so fast. I don't think I've had time to think about it much yet. He leans over a bit to get a closer look at me. Not looming, but a more thoughtful and intensive action. His caring eyes meet mine as they scan me for any sign of doubt or deceit. His head gently leans from one side to another as his concerned expression turns to worry, then back to a soft smile. Why do I feel so sad all of a sudden? Like I've hurt him or done something awful. Like I feel myself becoming warmer, my hands starting to get clammy, and a small tick as my eyes start to try and turn away to meet anything but his own. The wall, the ceiling, the floor, all are better than looking at him. Alright, I'm going to pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Before I go, I'm going to give a quick shout out to our lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank you all for all you do for the channel. We greatly appreciate your support. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Cade Silverman. Thank you for going a bit above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated. Anyway, if y'all want to get your names in the credits, get access to all of our not safe for work contents as little as $5. Alrighty, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!